Hey guys, welcome to another episode of YouTube. It is December the 20th, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin price, as well as some interesting developments in the space, and as well I want to go into where I think we are in this current market cycle, you guys. If that sounds good, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, follow me on Twitter, and with that, let's get it. Alright guys, starting off by looking at my Bitcoin chart here on the weekly time frame. Wow guys, this weekly candle is closing in about an hour and it is just a massive clean break. In my opinion guys, of course none of this is financial advice, always do your own research, form your own opinions, but in my view guys, this is just absolutely so bullish. In my opinion, there's no way that Bitcoin would. Let's see, how much did we clear all-time highs by? Something like 24, 25%, guys. Generally, when things break their all-time highs, they eventually end up going into price discovery mode. And I mean, the way things are right now, yes, we could absolutely get a harsh rejection, something like that. But even if we pull way down further, I don't think it's going to last because, guys, 25% after getting this blue sky breakout just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if we look at Bitcoin in the last market cycle, guys, you can see here that we got this little bit of a fake out down here, but for the most part, the trend obviously flipped to a massive bull cycle. And when this green horizontal line here is all-time highs from the previous cycle, guys. So if we take a measured move, that's something like a 15 times growth, you guys. That's over 1,500% from all-time highs once that happened. So you can see that very clear what happens when the price breaks all-time highs. And guys, this isn't just Bitcoin. This is just common technical analysis. Let's go over to Tesla. Look at this same thing. I have this horizontal green line. Look, when it broke all-time highs, yes, it has these massive pullbacks, but check this out, guys. Once again, just a huge move. That's like almost a 800% move to the upside since breaking its all-time highs. This is not out of the ordinary, and I don't see why. I mean, Bitcoin's very well known for being extremely explosive, both directions, very volatile. Why would this market cycle be any different, you guys? The only difference is that everyone who's new to the space and can't comprehend these large numbers just doesn't understand that just because they don't have $23,000 to buy a full Bitcoin, that doesn't mean that it's not worth that. There is much larger people in this space, and everyone has a case of entitleitis and thinks that the world revolves around them, and that if they can't see these numbers as being reasonable, they just think that it shouldn't make sense or that it doesn't make sense and it shouldn't happen. So that's just a gut feeling, you guys. The technicals say very clearly what is happening here. Again, let's take another look at what happened last time. You can go back to the market cycle before this one, guys, and it looks the exact same. Same with Tesla. If you go back to the last market cycle before this, it's the same thing. Look up any stock and you'll probably see the same thing, you guys. This is just very common technical analysis. So yes, there's going to be scary sell-offs. Even the one happening right now probably looks a little bit scary to some people in smaller time frames, guys. But focus on the bigger picture. If you are panicking, if you want to be in and out of trades and you're scared, maybe just hold off on the trading with leverage thing. And maybe you're trading with too much. If you're feeling too emotional about things, guys, you probably don't have proper bankroll. I had been posting on Twitter earlier today about an XRP trade I was in. I lost, guys. I'm not upset. Do I sound upset to you? It's a part of trading. You don't win every trade, but I don't care because what I lost with my stop loss was tight, and the amount I lost compared to what I was looking to gain was just, I stand by my technical analysis, guys, and you can go look on my Twitter, and the stop loss was perfect. It stopped me from a whole bunch of losses, and I don't care. On to the next trade. I have been trading aggressively on leverage, but if you're not comfortable doing it, guys, don't. And just trade with small amounts if you are wanting to do that. But to me, this just screams like a very bright picture for Bitcoin, especially with the dollar just dropping, like I've pointed out in previous videos, dropped a 10-year pattern. Everything's just lining up for the perfect storm for Bitcoin, in my opinion. That being said, I want to hop over to something interesting developing in the space here. You guys can look this up on your own, but basically Elon Musk has been talking with Michael Saylor, and you know that Saylor is the man who has now actually bought about $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. And he was even willing on Twitter to talk to Elon offline and talk to him about how he was able to do that without manipulating the price up too high, or sorry, forcing the price too high and that sort of stuff. So here we have Elon Musk, who's a very smart man. Love him or hate him, he is absolutely brilliant, and you can't deny that. You have him in direct contact with Michael Saylor, willing to teach him through the ways, and when Elon Musk is already talking, he's inquiring about doing this. The man does know his software development, obviously, through PayPal and that sort of stuff, guys. Like, they will understand each other. They are both very smart, and Elon Musk, I'm sure there's something that he wants to do with all that money that Tesla is sitting on. Plus, not to mention, guys, that again, he knows what happens when shit hits all-time highs. He just lived through it firsthand. Went, he became such a rich man just from after his stock hit all-time highs. Look what happened, guys. And he's going to know that Bitcoin's about to do the same thing. He's not stupid. And having the direct education from somebody who's been through this with large amounts of money, it's the perfect storm for the two to uh, just make some serious plans happening. And I think this could be absolutely massive for the crypto space, guys. Like I said, there, like Elon Musk is so much in the spotlight with so much interesting stuff he's doing, and to have that kind of technology based guy getting involved with crypto, I mean, that just speaks volumes, you guys. MicroStrategy, the stock went up so much when he started putting some Bitcoin into his treasury. I mean, think of what happens when Elon Musk starts doing that, guys. People are going to go ballistic. Look at the FOMO around Tesla. If Bitcoin gets involved with that, those are the two biggest moon boys out there, is Tesla and Bitcoin, and for good reason, guys. But that's just something to consider, guys. This could be the start of a crazy cycle. And speaking of that, I want to talk about where we are in this cycle, in my opinion. If I were to take a guess, you guys, I would say we're somewhere in the optimism phase, just kind of early down here. I think there is a lot of room to the upside yet. And of course, once again, I think we could just pull back before we get this bit of a, well, crazy parabolic rally. But I really do think we're in the optimism level, just because you know what, guys, we just crushed through all-time highs. People are finally starting to realize that yes, this rally is probably real, right? Not to mention that on top of that, but just the way we rose here and then kind of went upward at a upward sloping channel, you guys. And especially just point out this little bit here, you guys. Look how similar this looks to my daily chart um, right here. That just looks identical to me, guys. We had our pump to the upside. We had our upward sloping diagonal trend line, and then that little bit of a diamond shape, which is usually actually a bit of a reversal pattern. And here it's not identical, but it does look very similar, guys. And then we broke up. We had this big weekly candle, and honestly, I do strongly believe we are right there. And I've been reading this trend pretty well, guys. Down when we were just about to break out of that 3-year triangle, I said I thought we were kind of right in this area when we were at about 9,000. And ever since that, guys, ever since looking at it as this part of a market cycle, it has made the micro trading, sniping trades so unbelievably easy compared to if I was not ready with this bit of a game plan. Looking ahead really made this trading range very fun, and I hope that a lot of other people had a great run of trading on this beautiful bull market so far. But guys, I do think there's a lot of room to go to the upside yet. Um, we're gonna have to see how that plays out, but I wouldn't be surprised. You guys know that in my video that is actually in my description down below about my macro analysis, I do think that we are going to hit some crazy targets, and I do think that it's going to be either kind of this summer to the following spring, somewhere in there. So I do think there's a lot of time before this trend actually reverses. Again, there's going to be dips and there are going to be some heinous sell-offs, everyone's going to be shitting their pants and panicking and panic selling. But that's just a part of it, guys, because things are going to be so volatile and emotions are going to be crazy, you guys. So that's just kind of why it will be volatile. But just buckle up, have a plan in place, and stick to your plan, guys. Just try not to let your emotions get the best of you, because things are going to get a little bit wild, and a lot of people are going to get blindsided, not even like having a sniff about what's going on, just not being able to comprehend what's about to happen, you guys, in my opinion. I mean, guys, we have people who, when we were down here, somewhere in this general area, retesting the triangle as a perfect support flip on a 3-year pattern, and people were thinking that I was crazy because I wasn't waiting for the CME gap to fill. Well, that's kind of what happened, guys, and all these people now just can't even comprehend what's going on and why they were wrong, because people let their emotions get the best of them. They think that one single indicator, just because it happens most of the time, they aren't even willing to consider the fact that it might not play out that way this time. And that's what separates traders from gamblers, I guess, you guys, is that traders can evolve. We understand that we're not always right, but being able to react to what happens in the market is the important part, you guys. So just something to consider there. As far as looking at things on a shorter time frame, just zooming right into my 15-minute chart here, you guys. I believe it was in my last video. If not, I definitely pointed it out on my Twitter, but I mentioned we might be in this green parallel channel, and that was actually right after I took some profits here on my trade. You guys can look at my Twitter. I posted about that. I was also making mention of this bit of a yellow triangle here, and I actually had one person say that they made a great 30x trade on that, so that is awesome. Congratulations. You're the first person to ever tell me that, aside from my real life friends who I know and trade with. You're the first public fan, we'll say, that has made money off something I've said, so that's awesome to see. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I love to see that. But yes, you can see here that that triangle broke out beautifully. And then I just wanted to see, since it looked like a bit of a blow off top, I just kind of made a parallel channel, and it ended up matching out quite well bottom and top. So that's what I went with. I'm just going to get rid of that line now. You guys can see that I am still in my position, and I do have a very loose stop loss. That's just because, guys, right now things are so volatile, and there is so many people that are either in and out of trades so much because they're scared to hold on to something, or people that are just scared to enter a trade period because it's hard to tell what's going on, and these swings are so drastic that you can lose a lot of money real quick. I've locked in a whole bunch of profits on this position since I've started riding it. You guys know I've mentioned that I've taken profits, and my entry has changed a lot. It is actually not even much lower than this anymore. Somewhere went around 21,000, I believe, is my entry now. But like I said, I've locked in a bunch of profits, and I'm just carrying on with these loose stop losses. I will lock in more profits on the way down if I'm wrong and we start to drop this channel. But I would love to be able to just stay in a position, you guys, because I think there is potential for such large bullish moves in the not too distant future that I'm willing to risk a lot of my profits just for the chance that I'm in a very stress-free trade. I haven't been stressed at all about trading in the last week or so. It's been very relaxed just because I have kind of carried on with a trailing stop, and as we form new structure, I've just been kind of adding in on the dip, really playing the buy the dip mentality, you guys. I want to be in a long position as long as I can, but that being said, I'm also not willing to take a loss on this long position, so I do want to make sure I lock in profits if we reverse from here. So that's just kind of what I'm doing, guys. Again, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and kind of what I'm looking at in the markets. One more time, guys, if you do appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And like I said, follow me on Twitter, because once in a while I will post some technical analysis if I don't have time to make a video or just feeling pretty busy or whatever. But that being said, guys, I think I've covered basically all I wanted to go over today. Hopefully that all made sense. And good luck out there, friends. Stay safe. Peace out.